Hey friends, if you're like us, you are in the Dollar Tree constantly looking for craft supplies, craft hacks, different things that you can use with your Cricut or with your crafts. And I have some super fun and surprising craft hacks for you guys today. Things that are in the Dollar Tree that you've probably just walked right on by and thought, I don't need that, that's not a Cricut supplies. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. We've got lots of things here that you may not have noticed, but were perfect for using with your Cricut. So let's jump right into them. So the first thing I want to talk about is the paper towel dispensers. Now, this is just a standard metal paper towel dispenser, but y'all, these are so good for storing your giant rolls of vinyl. These rolls are so hard to find a place to put them, but these look so nice whenever you put them on here and then put them on a shelf. Like I could do a bunch of different colors. You could put your transfer tape on here, things like that, and they just store so nicely. So it's good to find things that are more like alternative storage solutions from the Dollar Tree. That way you're not spending a bunch of money on storage and you can spend more money on craft supplies. All right, this next one. Now these are, I guess they call them index dividers. This is what you put in a binder to separate your subjects, to organize your binders, things like that. But this material, and let me take this out of here just so you all can get a really good look. This material is great for making reusable stencils. Who would have thunk it, right? So these are super handy. They're like almost like a Mylar, but not exactly. You can totally make a stencil out of these. So let's test this one out because I've never made anything like this before, but I wanna see how well this does. We're just gonna cut out something very simple and see if it works how I think it will. Okay, so I have this really beautiful, simple butterfly sunflower design, and let's go to make it. I'm gonna make it decently big, and let's cut it on Mylar or acetate. So this is a hack that I haven't actually used before, but someone told us that this would work, so we're gonna test it out. I'm gonna cut this on Mylar, and I'm just gonna put our piece on a standard grip mat. So I'm gonna line this up to the top. Let me see if I press this. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Let's line it up to the top. Now let's go back into Design Space, and I wanna move my flower just a little bit because I don't want it to be up too far in that corner because there are holes in the top of the sheet. So let's just move it down. As long as it doesn't go past that 8.5 line, we should be good. I think right there is gonna be perfect. Then I'm gonna hit done. And then we can load this into our Cricut. All right, so let's see what happened here. I'm gonna be very careful removing this. Y'all, it looks like it cut through really good. I'm impressed so far. That cut, amazing, first of all. And I brought in some cardstock because I kind of wanted to test it out and see if it would actually work. Look how beautiful that is. Now you'll have to make sure not to get paint up there. And I probably should add like a little tiny bit of masking tape so it doesn't move, but this is gonna be so cute. I think it's gonna work, you guys. So you can do this on fabric, like if you wanted to do a stencil on fabric, this will be really good for wood signs, if you've got some signs you're wanting to make in bulk and things like that. So I'm just gonna put a couple little pieces there, and I'm just tapping into that paint. You don't wanna have a lot of paint, so I'm kind of brushing off the extra. And we're just gonna go in here, and you wanna dab, you don't wanna swipe because it'll get underneath your stencil. Okay, y'all, let's take this off and see how it did. Oh, cute, okay, so, I mean, it's not as amazing as like a stencil, vinyl stencil would be, but it does give a really cute, fun, rustic look. And I mean, you can tell what that is. It's definitely more like a boho vibe, but I'm not gonna say that I would totally diss this hack. I think this is a really handy hack. If you're needing something really quick and you want to make a stencil, you can just grab a bunch of these at the Dollar Tree and you're good to go. Next up is baby powder. So you probably saw this on the table and you're like, what in the world does she have baby powder on the table for? This is really good for when you are cutting glitter vinyl, glitter HTV, and you cannot see the cut lines. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's the glitter that is causing you to not be able to see the cut lines as easily, but I find that glitter vinyl, it's much harder to weed because you can't see where it cuts. So we'll just sprinkle a little bit on our glitter vinyl. You can kind of dust it off. It'll fall into the crevices and then you can weed it because you can see perfectly where the lines are. Now, obviously before you apply your vinyl to anything, just dust it off, wipe it off with a paper towel, and then it should be good to go. But this is super helpful for people who have a hard time seeing those cut lines. All right, the next item, this is something that has been sold in the Dollar Tree for years and years and years. These are great for events, but have you ever used these for the base of a sign? I mean, how cute would this be on a door? Like, add a ribbon, add just vinyl text. You don't even have to paint the base. Now, we have painted the base of these with like chalk paint and then added HTV. So you definitely can if you want to, but these are such a good solid base for making signs, making wreaths, seasonal things like that. And they sell them all year round. So you can apply paint to them. They don't have to stay gold if that doesn't really fit the aesthetic of whatever you're making. But y'all, these are like hidden gems. I feel like you could use this for so many different things for crafts. And honestly, I've even seen people put them flat and they'll get the glass candlesticks and then add another plate, like a smaller charger, and make like a little tiered tray. So it doubles for lots of different things when it comes to crafting. So make sure next time you're in the Dollar Tree, you pick up a couple of these for all of your sign making needs. Okay, so this guy right here is an odor absorber. So these typically come with a bunch of beads inside here, which we've removed and we've completely cleaned this out. But what we love most is that this has little holes in the top, which are perfect for storing your Cricut tools and things like that. You can just pop them in and they fit perfectly. How fun is that? Not only that, but we customize it with some holographic glitter vinyl, so you could totally put whatever type of vinyl you wanted on here and then just sit it on your desk and you're good to go. Okay, y'all. Now, I've got a couple things here, and this is one of my favorite little hacks at the Dollar Tree, and I'm sure y'all have seen this on Pinterest and TikTok and Instagram, but I just think this is such a cool idea. So what they're doing is taking paper napkins and applying them to the wood blanks. So this is just a simple wooden crate from the Dollar Tree, and all they've done is taken a layer of Mod Podge and then taken the napkin. And I'm going to show you all exactly what you would do. So they come in layers. So these napkins, they come in and they've got 2 layers basically. So this napkin, first of all, is beautiful. This is from the Dollar Tree. So we're just going to open up the napkin, and you can use whatever portion of this napkin that you want. And you can also put it wherever you want. So like if I wanted to totally wrap this, I could. But if I just wanted to put it, say, here, and I kind of want that white to still show, I can literally just cut around this. And so we can just kind of trim out the excess. I'm gonna actually cut along this line right here. There's a few different ways you can do this. I'm gonna actually be using Maker's Magic. If you guys have not heard of Maker's Magic, it's amazing. It's basically a Mod Podge alternative. It's non-toxic. It dries so much smoother than Maker's Magic, to be honest with you. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of it. This is what it looks like. It's from the brand Scorch Marker. We love Evan over at Scorch Marker. He's amazing. And he came up with this formula, and it's so, so good. So I'm just gonna apply this. Now, if you have a crazy colored napkin, like a red napkin, I would recommend painting your base, whatever color your napkin is. So you would paint it red, like I would paint this area red where I was gonna be applying it. Just gonna make it look a lot better. And then we're going to simply apply this on, and it's gonna go over the edges obviously, but we can use a sander to get off any excess over the edges. So I'm gonna kind of trim up the parts we don't want. I've also seen people take a lighter and they will burn all of these ends off. That's gonna give it more of a rustic look. So I like to use a sanding block. So I'm just gonna sand away. Okay, and then we just dust off any remnants, and then you can seal it in with your Maker's Magic. All right, and then we will just let it dry, and you're gonna come out with something that looks like this. And I just think this is so cute. You can put your Cricut tools in here. You can use this for other crafts, and yeah, there's lots of options, and I especially love it because there are seasonal options. So if you want to do more of like a Christmas theme or St. Patrick's or whatever you wanted, you can totally customize these. All right, y'all, this next one is another one that we have not really tried, but we have seen other people do. And I want to test it out while we're here together because it seems like a genius hack in my opinion, but I'm like, is it worth it? I don't know. So if you've got an extra Dollar Tree frame laying around, which typically we do, we must not have had one today, but they have these little stands on the back. And you know, a lot of people make these super cute little cutting boards, but like you can't stand it. Now you could use like a little decorative tray stand, but listen, you may not have it. So what we've been seeing people do is take this off of the frame. It just pops right off. And then they're adding it to the back of these. Now we'll have to we need to see exactly where to put it. So that's as far out as it'll go. I feel like that's gonna stand. So let's kind of put it there. I'm just gonna hot glue it. I feel like that's the best way. So get our hot glue going here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue right there, and then I think it'll be good to go. Okay, so this is heated up. I'm just gonna apply some hot glue to the part that's gonna be touching the actual board. And then I'm just going to flip this on over and hold pressure. And then voila. So how perfect is that? It just stands up on its own. I think that's so cute. What a fun little hack. All right, this one right here, this is something that we use around the studio constantly. Now, you're gonna find this in the beauty aisle. So it's gonna be with nail polishes and the cosmetics. This is actually meant for cotton balls to push down on whenever you are about to take your nail polish off. I think this is so cool because we will put our rubbing alcohol in here, and then we just take a cotton ball or even a paper towel, push down on it, and then we can clean off our blanks. So you guys know we've got rubbing alcohol sitting around everywhere. So this is just super handy to have. If you see any of these at your Dollar Tree, snag up like 4 or 5. Ours go missing all the time, and we use them so often. We love to have them on hand. All right, this next hack is something that we use around here all the time as well, and that is cleaning our mats with a baby wipe. Now, I love doing this hack because it's so much quicker than having to go in there and wash my mats in the sink with soap and water. I can just keep these baby wipes on hand, and y'all, look, there's a shoe print on here for whatever reason, but look how easily it comes off. You just wanna go in quick circular motions, and then it won't be sticky until you let it completely dry again. So get it nice and clean, and then the stickiness will come back as soon as it's dry. Y'all, look how yucky. So I'm gonna keep working my way around, and by the end of it, we'll have a brand new mat. So you can tell a definite difference between this side versus this side. So I didn't even clean anything over here. This one took me like maybe a minute just to wipe that down. And as soon as it dries, it's gonna be good to go and we can use it just as if it were brand new. All right, y'all, for this next hack, these are our favorite for weeding. Now this is a little salad dressing bottle, but these are so handy to have with you whenever you're weeding because you know you get all those little pieces everywhere. But look, if I weed out some of this design, which you guys may not be able to see it on camera, but I can just literally weed this out, stick them inside my little container, and then when it gets full, I can just empty it out. It's so easy. Now bigger pieces, you don't need it as much. I like to stick bigger pieces on the edge, and then like these smaller pieces, I can go in and shove them down in there. It's just so helpful when you're trying to weed. All right, y'all, that is it. Makes it so much easier to weed all those intricate pieces. And I just have it right here and it's not all over my table, which I super love. And it's just as easy as that. All right, y'all, this is a new one. So these are the embossing stylus that they have in the Crafter Square brand at Dollar Tree. But we thought, let's try to use this as more of a scoring stylus. So I'm thinking that this end is gonna be better. So this one's a little bit more delicate, it's smaller, but it won't fit in my clamp. So I just took a true control knife and cut a slit down it. And now it's gonna fit into my machine. So let's load this into our Cricut and we're gonna try to score some paper with it and see how it does. And then I'm gonna clamp it in, make sure it's in there. Okay, I don't know how well you all can see that, but it definitely scored. It is very hard to see. I wish you all could really see, but it is kind of difficult. But it definitely worked. So if you do not have a scoring stylus and you're at your Dollar Tree and you're planning on making cards or needing to emboss or anything like that, then you can totally grab those. But that's pretty cool. All right, what did you all think about these Dollar Tree hacks? I feel like there are so many here that you all can start incorporating into your crafts today. Make sure to leave a comment and let us know which one was your favorite and which ones you had never heard about but plan on using now. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified every single time we post. And if you love this Dollar Tree video, you're really gonna like this video up here. We'll see you all in the next one. It's no news that the Dollar Tree offers cheaper versions of things, but I want to talk specifically about things that Amazon offers that you may have been purchasing and repurchasing that you can find at the Dollar Tree today. If you've been on the Makers Gonna Learn channel for any amount of time, you know that we swear by the Dollar Tree for our crafts, and there are some craft supplies that you can snag for $1.25 today and start using them right away with your Cricut. So let's get right into it. Starting off strong with a weeding tool. Now, if you haven't been in a Dollar Tree in a minute, then you may not even know that they offer all of these Cricut craft supplies, but y'all, do not skip out on these. Things like weeding tools are super inexpensive to find at the Dollar Tree and you lose them all the time. So it's good to be able to find a cheaper source where you can just purchase them whenever you do lose them, and also somewhere where you can just drive by and pick some up if you need them. You can find these on Amazon for about $6.99, and that is the non-Cricut brand anyways. You don't have to use Cricut brand supplies when you're working with weeding tools and things like that. So $1.25, honestly, you just can't beat it. Okay, so I grabbed some mechanical pencils, and you're probably like, why on earth do you need a mechanical pencil for Cricut crafting? But y'all, if you didn't hear, you can put sewing needles in these and turn them into weeding tools. So we would consider it like a Cricut hack, but it's really cool. You just pop the eraser off, take out the lead, put in a sewing needle, and it literally doubles as a weeding tool. Or what we like to use is a pin tool around here. It's very similar to a pin tool, and it's just super helpful to have. If you're wanting to purchase a regular weeding tool, like we said, it's gonna be around $7 or $8. So this is a 4-pack for $1.25. So you're getting 4 basically for a little over a quarter. So you can't beat it. Okay, y'all, this one is very interesting. So these are cake decorating tools, which I would think probably wouldn't work for any reason while using my Cricut. But listen, just hear me out, because there are a few different tools in here. So we have the first one, which is really good for when you're doing paper flowers. You can curl your petals with the rounded tool. And then the other one, the blue one right here, works really good for scoring. And then this pink one, the tip of that's gonna work really well for scoring as well. So make sure that you all kind of think outside the box when you're shopping for Cricut tools, especially if you are on more of a budget and you're at the Dollar Tree thinking, oh, I need this and this and this, but I can't really find it here. Y'all, this is not in the crafting section. It was in the cake decorating section or the dessert section of Dollar Tree. So make sure to pick these up if you're wanting to try out some innovative tools. This is a fun way to stay budget friendly and also get your projects completed. This is such an innovative way to craft, so make sure to grab these next time you're in the Dollar Tree. Another basic Cricut tool that I love to have on hand is the Cricut spatula. Now, we couldn't find one at our Dollar Tree figures, but they do have them at the other Dollar Trees. So a spatula, a weeding tool, things like that are gonna be really nice to have and very inexpensive for you to just pick up at the Dollar Tree, rather than paying $7, $8, $9 for one on Amazon and then having to wait for it to actually ship to your house. This next tool is for all of my fabric guys and gals out there. This is a rotary cutting tool that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Now, hear me out. Roller cutters typically go for like $12 for a basic one, all the way up to $20+ if you're wanting to get a nicer brand like Fiskars for professional cutting and things like that. But when we're working with crafts, I feel like we don't need to invest that much into a fancy rotary cutter, but we do need it in some instances. And that's why this Dollar Tree one is really gonna be perfect for us crafters. So we can just grab it and go, and we're not investing too much money into a tool that we only need sometimes and we're not really gonna be using that often. The one on Amazon is $11.99. This one is $1.25. Something that Crafter's Square has started carrying recently is an embossing tool. If you've never embossed with your Cricut, this is a great place to start. An embossing stylus on Amazon runs to about $6, but you can snag one up at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. These are so nice because they're great for many different paper projects. So you can score with them, you can curl your paper flowers with them. There are lots of different uses for the embossing tool, and I just love these because they're double-sided and they've got grips on them, which is super helpful. I'm a lefty and I kind of write a little wonky, so the grippers really help whenever I'm using it. Not only that, but these can be plugged into your Cricut machine and they can score it. Now, we're probably gonna get a lot of questions about, does that void my warranty? And things along those lines. Use at your own discretion. I'm not encouraging you all to use this because I don't want you to use it and something happen to your machine, but I will say that we have used it before and we didn't have any issues. So I just wanted to say that up front. That way, if you do use it and something happens, I don't want to say don't blame us for it, but don't come for me if something happens. So super handy and really fun if you are into paper crafting. Next on the list is the Dollar Tree scraper. Now this is very similar to a squeegee tool, or you'll hear us call it a burnishing tool, but these scrapers are a little bit different in that they are a little bit thinner along the edge, like the bottom edge. These are so good, and this is what I use them for. Tell me if you guys use scrapers for this as well, but what I'll do if I'm cutting like an intricate paper craft that has lots of middles in the letters or things like that that are gonna stick to the mat, I will take my scraper tool and scrape all of those off. And I use these constantly. I can't stand it if I lose one. I like that I can just go to the Dollar Tree and grab one of these if I, for some reason, lose the one that I use all the time. And for $1.25, it's honestly such a good deal. You can get these on Amazon for around $5 to $6. So this is a win in my book. All right, let's talk transfer tape. So a lot of people use the Dollar Tree transfer tape when they're crafting. Now, if you go into the store and you go into the craft section, you may not be able to find this directly in the craft section, and that's because these are actually shelf liners. So it's just a clear shelf liner, and people are using it as a transfer tape, which I think is really cool and a very inexpensive way to get some transfer tape whenever you need it. So usually transfer tapes, depending on the brand that you get, can be like $25, depending on how much you get. $24.99 is what we found on Amazon for a decent, like mid-grade transfer tape. But for $1.25 for a roll, I mean, you're not getting nearly as much, obviously, but you can buy them if you need them last minute. And I swear by the Caesar transfer tape, but I think that it's good knowing that you got that in your back pocket if you just need to go by and grab some really quick, mainly because I just don't know how good the quality is. But like I said, if you're on a budget, this is a great option for all of our budget-friendly crafters. All right, if you are a Cricut Joy user, I need you to tune back in because I have a really cool product that the Dollar Tree sells that you're gonna love. So this is a standard grip adhesive cutting mat. This is for the Cricut Joy. Y'all, they sell Cricut Joy mats at the Dollar Tree. I can't believe it. I love these so much. $1.25. These are great. I have actually used these in our Cricut Joy and they work perfectly. So next time you're in there, if you are a Cricut Joy user, make sure to get a few of these. It's always good to have replacement mats laying around. That way you never run out if you need one. And it literally looks exactly the same. Now they are blue, so typically a standard grip would be green and a light grip would be blue, but you know, it's a Dollar Tree. It's inexpensive. It works for what it's needed for. So make sure to snag some of those next time you are at the store. All right, this is for most of you all out there that use your Cricut regularly. This is adhesive vinyl. So if you're late to the game, Dollar Tree does sell adhesive vinyl. You can obviously purchase this on Amazon. For a 13-foot roll, it came out to about $8. You could buy 3 of these and still be under that cost. But I will say you want to be picky about the quality of vinyl that you're using. Now, a lot of people have really good luck with the Dollar Tree vinyl. I haven't personally had as much luck, but it's really good in my opinion for testing it on different projects and things like that, just because it is so expensive. But they have a pretty good variety of colors. They also offer shimmers, glitters, things like that, and they offer HTV. So I've got some HTV here. It's an iron-on sheet. Now, this is only a 12 by 12 piece. So you get a 12 by 12 piece of heat transfer vinyl for $1.25, while the adhesive vinyls come in a 4-foot roll. So the prices are gonna vary a lot. I don't know that this would be cheaper than just purchasing some high quality vinyl for a little bit more, and it's gonna come. Now, a 12 by 12 sheet of heat transfer glitter for another brand is gonna be like $3.75-ish for a 12 by 12 sheet. It really depends on the brand that you're getting. It's really gonna vary. But if you're just wanting to experiment, the Dollar Tree glitter iron-on vinyl is honestly really good. We gave it a wash test a while back and it was honestly very impressive. It stayed on. I was just like blown away, really. So 10 out of 10 recommend the HTV. The adhesive vinyl is not as good in my opinion, but it's really good for if you're wanting to test or if you're just getting into cricketing and you're kind of nervous and don't know which brands to buy. It's a good place to start just to get your practice cuts in and things like that. All right, let's talk cardstock. So you know, if you've been around here for any amount of time, Ashley Falco, Celebration Warehouse, that is our favorite cardstock, hands down. But if you've been purchasing your cardstock on Amazon, I want to let you guys know that Dollar Tree has cardstock much cheaper and just as good of quality. So make sure if you all are into paper crafting or if you've wanted to begin experimenting with paper crafts, Dollar Tree cardstock is a really fun place to start. Now, it's not color core, meaning the color doesn't really run all the way through, but it does do the job in terms of making cards and cutting out paper pieces for other paper projects and things like that. And they do have a pretty good variety of colors, as well as some glitters, I think, and some foiled. So make sure to grab some of that if you're wanting to try out some new cardstock. Otherwise, you're gonna be paying a little bit more on Amazon to get your cardstock. And honestly, you should just skip Amazon altogether if you're wanting a higher quality and purchase the Celebration Warehouse cardstock. That is just our favorite. It's tried and true. It cuts good every single time. But you know, we love to have a budget-friendly option around here, so the Dollar Tree cardstock is where it's at. Now, the $3 to $5 section at the Dollar Tree is one of our favorite places to shop for craft blanks. If you haven't been down that aisle, you need to go now. If your Dollar Tree doesn't have one in your town, go to the next town over, go when you're on vacation, and look at that $3 to $5 section. They have so much good stuff, especially in the craft area. And some of our favorite things that we like to use from that area are the wood rounds. So lots of people make signs nowadays. It's really expensive to purchase those wood rounds in other places. Now you can buy them in bulk sometimes on Amazon, but they're still a little bit more pricey than if you just purchased a blank at the Dollar Tree. And the quality is honestly not that bad, especially for crafting. So make sure to check those out. They have tons of other wood options like jewelry boxes and wood trays and things like that that are so super fun to play around with. The wood rounds is just one of our more favorite things and one of the things that we tend to gravitate to whenever we are purchasing wooden blanks from the Dollar Tree. All right, last but not least, Dollar Tree leather. Did you guys know that Dollar Tree has faux leather? Honestly, I really doubted it when they first got it. I was like, I don't know. The quality's not gonna be there. Like, I don't know if this is for me, but y'all, we go to this Dollar Tree leather all the time. It cuts so good. And I honestly think it's because it's so thin. It's like a faux leather. We cut it on faux leather typically, but it's so good for making keychains and adding embellishments and things like that. And they have different colors. So they've got black, white, navy, and then they have like a cognac color. And I wanna say they have like a darker brown. So lots of really fun options if you're wanting to play around with leather. I honestly love their faux leather. It just works really good. And it's a lot more inexpensive than Amazon. If you liked what you saw today and you're new around here, make sure to hit the subscribe button so every time we post, you are notified, and hit that little bell so it sends a text straight to your phone so you know every time that we post a new video. If you'd like to become a part of our crafty community, we would love to have you. We're gonna put a link right below so you can check out our website, check out our SVGs, and all of the things that we offer for our people that are learning to use their Cricut. We love to inspire, educate, and motivate our community, and we'd love to see you in there. If you all like this video, make sure to watch this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.